This is my client Sarah, and I am prepping her skin with the MAC Time Check Lotion. When I choose a primer, I make sure that it's very moisturizing so I can give the skin a little drink before we get started. So I'm taking the color Blonde in Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I am feathering that into her brows. I'm prepping her eyelids with the Born This Way concealer in Swan and setting it with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the color Wedge from MAC, and I'm using it on a fluffy brush to contour her eye. So I'm putting it right into her crease and bringing it all the way into her tear duct, and then I'm adding a little bit to the outer edge of the eye. This is always my first step when starting someone's eye makeup, is I make sure I give the eye a nice contour all the way up into the crease, even a little bit higher, almost into the brow bone, and it makes everything look really professional. I took a small dense brush and I sprayed it with my setting spray, and I just dipped it into the Kitten from Stila, and I'm putting that on the inner 2/3 of her eye. Next, I'm darkening up the outer corners just a little bit with a matte brown eyeshadow, just to add a little bit of smokiness. For lashes, it's liner, curl, and then put the lashes on. Then I grab a Q-tip with makeup remover and remove all of the fallout from under her eye. Mascara. For foundation, I am using the MAC Studio Fix, and I typically will mix together the colors NC30 and NC13. One is really bright yellow and one is a little bit more bronzy. I'm using my favorite MAC brush, the 170. So I'm adding an extra layer because I want this to be more of a glam look. So I am just going in with a little more foundation. I'm adding the Born This Way concealer to under her eyes, the top of her nose, and her chin. These are the two brushes I cannot do makeup without, so I'm taking the Pro Concealer brush from Sephora, and I am just stippling the concealer underneath her eye. And then I am setting it with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm taking the color Woodwinked, and I am just putting this on her lower lash line all the way across. I'm using the color Give Me Sun from MAC, and this is just going to be bronzing her skin. I'm not necessarily contouring, I'm just adding some bronzer all around her face. For blush, I'm using the color Orgasm from NARS, and then I'm using my favorite highlighter, Cookie, from Benefit, and I'm putting this on the top of her cheeks, down her nose, under her brows, and in her tear duct. Next, we move on to lips, and I am using the color Stripped from MAC. It's a nice warm brown color, so I am lining her entire lip with this color, and then I am using the gloss Sugar Sugar from Marc Jacobs. And this is the finished look. I'm going to give you a tip. If you keep buying really nice makeup, but it just doesn't look right on your skin, it might be the way that you're applying it. It could be your application technique, the brushes that you're using. Maybe you're using a beauty blender. Think about switching things up and investing in some nice brushes. Thanks, guys.